Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Shunting Yard Live. Everybody wave hi. Thumbs up.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
How are we doing?
Doing very good. Thank you, Matt. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for joining. So, yes, today I am joined by Hilton. Say hi, Hilton.
Hello.
He's going to nod. He's having a hat day for some reason. Is it
Bad
warmer in
hater.
South Africa?
It's slightly warmer, but not that quite.
Slightly.
It's still pretty chilly.
You're pretty chilly. And of course, we're joined by Matt of Matt's Maritime Braille. Matt, thank you very much for joining us. How are you?
You're very welcome, and I'm very well, thank you, James.
Good. So, I'm going to kick my mic out of the way, and that's going to be a great start to the afternoon. So, evening. I'm all over the place now at the time. Oh, Peachy's in saying, now then. Tom is not down the pub. Tom, why are you not down the pub? Not that I'm disappointed that you're here. Just
He's skipping dinner.
He's skipping dinner. Oh, okay. Morwood's here. Jakob's here. Welcome. Lukash, thank you very much for joining us. Who else have we got here? Hilton. Who am I
Sam's
missing?
here. Oh my god.
Sam's here.
Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Well, let's Sam.
Yes, Dan, it's because the mic is literally here now. It's right here.
Harry's here. Phil's here. Double M Dave's here. Derek's here. Bill is here. Morwood's here. Gaz is here. Hello, Gaz. Good to see
Oh,
you.
evening.
Jeez, there's a lot of people. here tonight.
Tom's literally just got back from the pub. I'm
Nice.
privileged that you scoffed your full mix grill to come and join us, mate. Thank you very much.
Callum's here.
And don't you love it, Dan? Max,
5.1.
welcome. Harry, welcome.
Sound.
5.1. Amazing. I've heard there's a big deal
Big
guest
up.
tonight.
How massive.
How massive.
Oh,
Matt's done his hair for tonight.
I have all one of it.
Right.
Every time I do a new show, I lose like a centimetre more.
Oh, God.
Push from behind to make stuff bigger, and then
Johnny-
do this.
Nah, it looks good. You're
Yeah.
on point, mate. You're on point.
Thank you.
Johnny says we need to speak up. To
Okay.
hear us over the airbrushing going on. Wouldn't worry.
Johnny's working on a K4. He's working,
He's working on a K4.
That's for me, I think. It's actually not for me at all.
Hilton. Oh, okay. Hilton, is that an iron brew mixer? We're gonna get to
is.
that. We're gonna get to that.
It
In fact, we'll
Okay,
get to
okay,
that now.
okay.
Hilton, what are you drinking?
Okay. I was like, oh.
Derek is pushing us. The news.
Okay, I'm drinking a Castle Brew. This is iron brew and whiskey. First time I've tried it. Bill recommended it, and I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you, at this point. I feel like I might have just wasted a can of iron brew.
You just took
but we
two
will
things you
drink.
like.
Yeah. It's like it is. In essence, it should work, right? I think my palate needs to adjust.
Or is it when the missus meets the side chick?
I wouldn't know about that. I'm a very loyal man.
Speaking of the
Not know
missus,
There she is in the chat.
so you're drinking a what? A Castle Brew.
Castle Brew.
Okay. Matt, what are you drinking, mate?
So I am on rum and lemonade tonight. I thought I'd better go back to my seafaring tradition and have something original. So I've got a dark rum with some lemonade, because if I have straight rum, then I'll be floored.
Okay.
I love it. Very, very tropical. I like it.
Yeah.
Paxman's saying, why do you look so worried?
Someone mentioned the show. As soon as the word show goes, my mind starts going everywhere.
Tom, depends on if you're good whiskey or crap whiskey. If it's bells or something, iron brew should improve it. Yeah, this is true.
I don't drink
Okay.
shit whiskey. Promise, don't worry.
3 rums for Matt. Perfect.
rums for Matt.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yes.
I, on the other hand, I am drinking a pale ale, Gonza, from Axiom
Gonza?
Brewery in the Czech Republic. It's
Going, Gonza.
going. I will be by the end of this.
Yeah, that's.
What
does
and
it
I've got
taste
a
like?
backup.
Don't read the can.
Hops. That's all I'm getting, honestly, is hops. I might be able to get something else. There's definitely some fruit in there. I think it's grapefruit,
Okay.
which is weird considering it doesn't look like
really.
it.
Grapefruit. Yeah, I was going to say that's an
Really
interesting
nice.
nick.
Yeah, I mean, I've had others before, but we'll see how it goes. But I've also got a nectar of happiness for when this is over, which is a New England pale ale. So there you are.
That looks serious.
This was a birthday present from my colleagues. It's 7.6%.
Wow.
So yeah,
Hey.
we'll see how it goes.
Wow.
So there you are. Right. Jakub says, interesting, never heard about this beer. So I picked it up in Yeme. If you, I think you have one of those in the Czech Republic, the Yeme store. It's one of the local brewery kind of things. It's from somewhere in the Czech Republic. I'll let you know. I'll reach out to you. Matt, have you purchased your Perudo set yet?
Oh, yes.
What the
I
heck is
went
that?
on Amazon yesterday.
What is a Perudo set? Or are we getting
It's
ahead of
a
ourselves?
range dice. If you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean and they bid for years on the Flying Dutchman, they've been bad if I forgot that name, wouldn't it? It's very
Yes.
similar, and it's you have to basically call the person out if you think so. Basically, you roll your dice. Only you know what your dice is. You can't show it to anyone, and then you start off with
Wow.
X amount, and you say, oh, "Okay, I'll start at 5 2s," but a 1 can
Oh,
be
okay.
anything up until you get down to a person with 1 dice, and then 1s become 1s until they either go out or the next round comes. That is the Emperor's pathway of playing it. Anyway, we spent a
I
long
must
time
say-
the weekend on exhibition playing it. I think we upset
It's-
a few of the layout operators because we got some moans in the morning. You hear those young people? They were up till midnight. Yeah,
Playing
Midnight.
with their bloody dice.
yeah.
It sounds
we were rolling
riveting.
dice,
That's
getting drunker and drunker. But that's the beauty of being a layout operator rather than an exhibition manager. When you go to exhibition manager mode, things go slightly differently. You get more drunk, but
I was going to say, that's usually the object, is it not?
yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm now going to find myself some, because I am partial to a dice game. So,
It's
eBay?
good fun. The more people you've got playing, the better it is, because you can bid silly things. So if you end up with 6 and then someone brings 12, you could be like 42 6s. So yeah, it's good fun.
Aaron, thank you very much for joining us. -3 in New Zealand. Ouch. Well, I hope. Yeah, I feel sorry for you, dude.
Yeah, maybe you should get in that
have to go
and take it down the road.
Through the mines of Moria.
For the mines. Just to get to the lumberyard. Okay, moving swiftly on. Oliver, we will get to your question. Thank you very much for submitting it. We'll get to that once we've gone through.
Who is Paxman Throb? I think I have a
I
suspicion.
think that is my pal Lyndon.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I'm
it's
calling it. He's now Paxman. That's
Yeah.
it. Just
Yeah.
that's it.
We're
And
gonna
if he
omit
gets
the
annoying,
second
we'll just
part.
call him Valenta or Valentia.
It's fine. I can just mute him.
He could just go. He could just go.
just
Matt
mute him.
as an exhibition manager is funny. I've got a bigger team this year, so it should be better.
It should be better, should it? Okay.
Yeah.
And they call it a mine. We're slowly descending into chaos already. This is
Oh,
brilliant.
no.
So, Hilton, what are we going to be doing now?
But wait, we didn't do the usual thing where we're like, "Hey, what did you do this week?" Or are we doing that afterwards?
That's
This
'cause
time?
I
I
haven't
thought.
seen
Well, I was going to move
Thunderblade.
on.
I haven't seen Thunderblade.
We haven't seen
You're good.
Thunderblade yet.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it afterwards. So
We'll
let's
do it after.
the news.
The news. So yes, there was a little bit of news during the week, but I think the biggest biggest upset, or maybe not upset, depending on what you model, came today. I think one person in the chat was quite happy with something that was announced today. Sam.
Was it Chris? Oh, Sam.
So yes, the TT120
Yeah.
Hornby announcement was this morning.
I'm so excited for this as well.
They announced it a week and a half ago.
Yeah, and up in the Discord chat has been
absolutely lit ever since.
Everybody has been expecting it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Peachy's been enjoying. Everybody was expecting a Pania. And we got class 50s.
You get more 50s.
You get more 50s.
Royale.
So yeah, this is if I remember rightly, this is a livery. So this is just two new liveries for a class 50, or am I misreading that?
Then I suppose you can get some Network Southeast coaches going for those of you who want limit.
Yes. Well, this is why I said Sam will be enjoying this, because the Network Southeast, which it's Network Southeast, it can't not look good. So I'll give it that.
Sam was about to paint one of his own. He was about to paint one.
He was about to paint. Yeah.
My very first railway memory, showing my age here, is two double-headed class 50s turning up at a station. I have this vivid memory of it pulling in. It was supposed to be a 125, and it obviously didn't come out. There were two 50s completely clapped out in Network Southeast. My very first memory.
I'm guessing. So yeah,
I have a full-time job, Chris. I haven't watched your video yet. Jeez.
You can pick these up. You can pick these up in BR Blue and Network Southeast for 167.99 RRP.
When?
Then there was I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to that bit. They'll tell you in the chat. Do you know when?
I don't. I'm just asking you. Because you're the
guy. Next is the A4 to Nigel Gresley. It's an A4, another LNER thing that nobody asked for.
LNER.
It's cool.
It's British
Come
Rail.
on, it's cool. I love it. It's beautiful.
It's nice, but if they'd done it in the BR livery, you could have had your LSL on your modern layout. You know, it would have given you
I totally hear you on that, man. I totally hear you on that.
Yep, I think so. But it's a large Thomas. Peachy saying the A4 is in November, the rest is next year. Understandable.
I knew he wouldn't.
Still better than a DP1.
Sam,
should have been silver. Yeah. No.
I was just gonna say something very rude to you. No, stop.
Then we got a load of wagons announced. This made up their 14 announcements. When I first saw that in the video that they were doing 14 announcements and then said, but it's two locomotives, 3 locomotives. It was a bit like, So yeah,
although,
this is
Chris, I did start watching your video now, and I saw you were saying that they were very much needed. So there you go.
So I do think wagons are needed for sure. They've got a mixture of eras here, which is great. You can pick up singles for $27.99 and triple packs from between $67.99 and $81.99 RRP. They look good. There's some decent P&O wagons here if you're era 3, era 4. Although I think the era 4 modelers, they'll be phasing their way out. But otherwise, rather good, I think. Then, Pico came in with, I think, a slam dunk to complement the Terrier and the coaches for the Terrier. They're bringing out the Isle of Wight Railway Ventnor West laser cut buildings in TT120. So you've got a signal box, a good and a station building that can be modeled in 2 different variations, so left and right. And I think they look great.
Or right or left.
They look brilliant.
I do think they look great. So yeah, I think that's really good of them. Yes,
And-
it's the Isle of Widget.
An Isle of Wight layout with the Terriers will look great in TT.
And I think it's
Yeah.
perfect for it. So
There's
look out
so
at
much running. My God.
exhibitions soon that will be inundated with Isle of Wight Railway.
So I look forward
Yeah.
to getting the seats through my door.
I remember being there a long time ago, and it's a nice little railway. Nice little railway.
It's a nice little railway.
It's a nice little railway. It was like
Yeah,
20
it's
odd years
alright.
ago, so you
For a
know
while,
it could have changed. It could be crap. I don't know.
My sister lives on the Isle of Wight, and for a while
Oh no,
I was
not the island of Solent.
working
Yes,
in
Matt.
the care room. So I used to
Hang
live
on.
with her in the week. I used to live with her in the week and catch the fast car every morning. And from where she lived, I get a 1938 stock to the port, and then
Mhm.
across the Solent. It was nice.
It was
But I'm
nice.
yet to go and try
Yeah,
the
it was
new
nice.
trains.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Yeah,
Oh, I hear you, Matt. I hear you.
yeah, it was good.
It's a nice place. So Dan is expecting the little yellow bastard on layouts. Island of Solent.
Who's that? I don't get that reference. Is that a
Stepney.
Is that a Thomas thing? Oh,
Stepney.
Okay. All right. I'm happy to be like the oblivious, non-hardcore Thomas fan in the background.
No,
here.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
Well, hang on, Max. Did I get that right? You challenged me to get that right. Did I get it right? Moving on. There was also
Wasn't there some Helgen stuff?
We're getting there. What? There was Helgen
Oh.
TT120.
oh, here we go. It would
You
look
missed
even
that.
better if they had Terriers in Isle of Wight liveries like Freshwater, Yarmouth, and Newport Railway, or Isle of Wight Central Railway. That's from
yeah.
Oliver Trainwalker.
It might come. It might come. Give them. They will do that before a Pannier for sure.
And if you're
Is that what
brave,
Oliver
you
looks
can
like?
yourself. Get some
Is that the
transfers.
man himself?
I don't know. Ask.
Nice to a name. I got
Which Thomas? Which Thomas? Are you talking about yourself again?
I cannot stand
Are you
Thomas
talking
Marshall.
about? I know that Tom and Tom were both at the Audrey extravaganza this weekend.
So
you're
they were
talking
doing
about
The
this.
Spider-Man. The Spider-Man.
There was Tom and Tom for Thomas. So,
Tom
so
and Tom
yeah,
for
there's
Thomas.
many
Oh,
Thomas. It's like the
right.
Matrix, isn't it?
Okay, moving on. So, Pico also announced some mineral wagons and some box vans for TT120 as well, which, you know, they've already provided us some renders, but it's another nice addition. A lot of wagons coming into TT120, so thumbs up for you guys. Hornby gave us some decorated samples of some
Great job.
four and 7 plank PO wagons. I think they're the same
Okay.
tooling as they've always been, just new liveries. Hellion presented a biscuit tin style box for the U1 Garrett.
Okay, can I just say something about this? I
me.
think that this is going to be a disaster unless these are packaged well. This is going to be an absolute shit show.
It's
If
got a
these
biscuit.
are sent off and they get dented, which they probably will. I think I'm terrified of this. Like, I'm absolutely terrified. I don't think this is a good idea at all.
We lasted 19 minutes. Thank you, Hilton. So it comes with a biscuit tin. If it's packaged well in the biscuit tin, great. But if you want one, 339.15 DCC ready, 442 sound fitted. It's a brick.
rough.
It's a brick.
It's
It
a
is.
brick in a biscuit tin, in a biscuit bin.
We are before the watershed, right? So yes, it's a break.
It's a brick.
I still stand by. Go back to it, James. Go back.
Go back.
Still stand
Go
by
back.
that the U1 is the ugliest Garrett ever made. It is absolutely hideous. What the hell were they thinking with that water and coal tender? It was absolutely despicable. So what you're saying, Hild, is that the 1 cent in biscuit tins will arrive in Chrome. Johnny! Oh, you're showing your age, son. You're showing your age.
Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. Okay, can I move on now? Are you done? Are you done with the biscuit tin?
Yeah, sorry. I want it, but I don't know if that 442 pounds is...
It's not. It's not. Tom, yes, but you're allowed to swear in the chat. We have to be kosher for at least an hour. Moving forward, Hellion have provided decorated samples of their Class 42 warship in blue and in green. I think they look great.
In the classic blue.
In classic blue. That's what they're 3D printed in.
Yeah.
I think they look great. You can look at the photos on Rails of Sheffield. The detailing looks phenomenal. And I hope the production samples or the engineering samples at least come through with as much detail. Max is saying, is it me or do the wheels on the warship look tiny? No, I just reduced the photo to absolute oblivion, and that might be it.
No, but they do look small.
They do look small.
I think it's maybe just the reflection on them. They make them kind of look a little... They're very shiny wheels.
I think it's the same with the real thing. Having seen the real thing, the wheels look small comparative to a body.
Pitchy!
So, yeah, no, I can live with it.
I am stopping myself from ordering one.
Oh?
I really want one.
Yeah, good choice.
You need a diesel, James, on your point.
Well, I need another one.
You need a diesel to navigate that single point that you've got.
Moving on.
Oh, look, it's a shed.
Moving on. So, Akira Scale have been... a shed has been named after Akira Scale. Which, congratulations. I think that was for... They raised a large sum of money. I think, over 10 grand for charity. And DB have subsequently named a real Class 66 of their fleet as Akira Scale, and as such, the flagship of the next run will be DB Akira Scale. If you want to get one, go ahead and get one. I think the Akira Scale Class 66s have been good, at least from what the reviews I've seen of them have been. So go ahead and grab one if you like them.
I think it's probably the only time that DB Schenker livery looks good on a loco is on a 66. So, yeah, and I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't know. There's some European locos that look good.
Yeah, but they're European. I mean, it belongs there.
This is European.
This is invasion.
So there you are. Yes, Akira Scale DB cargo. Next, we've got a lot of KR model stuff coming through, so squint your eyes if you need to. The DHP1 Clayton decorated samples have come through. Any thoughts on these? I mean, it's a brick with a cab in the middle.
Oh man, it's not for me, but they look good.
Do they?
But I don't think I'd buy one.
I don't think I'd buy one. Tom loves these. Good for you.
Yeah, he's also got an O-gauge Class 14 Clayton, Class 17, should I say? So
makes sense. And
yeah,
I mean, I like the shape. There's nothing wrong with the prototype. I'm terrified of KR right now.
Yeah,
absolutely terrified.
The reasons for that will get evident.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Max. That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it.
As am I. I have a pre-order with KR models for when I help out on Fairford Depot and Fairford East. And having spoke to a few people at the weekend, they're not confident the model will come through. So we can talk about that.
We'll get there. Matt's moved.
Around.
That's the 4D.
Yeah, I moved him because he keeps getting cut off by the comments, so rather cut me off. He's the guest.
Right.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, that's the 4DD. I know it's quite a complex body, but we'll see. I'm just terrified it's going to get cancelled.
Interesting. Well, if it doesn't, pick yours up for 160 DCC ready, 190 DCC fitted, and 260 sound fitted.
I gotta say, like, their prices are good. Their prices are. James, where did you go? What did you do?
Oh my word! What happened? And that's the news. Now more news. James has disappeared.
That's the news, everyone.
Please hunt for him. So, oh, what's going on here?
Hey,
I've
hold
only
on.
had one drink as well. Oh,
It kicked me out.
Oh, we gotta seal the TT stuff again. Oh.
No, we don't. There you go. Apparently, I have a button hotkey to kick me out that happens to be right next to the left arrow. Anyway, I hope we didn't kick off for too long. So,
No. Matt
were you
actually
gonna
took
say?
over. He was like the host for a moment there. So.
do you want to
Talk
repeat
super
yourself?
Lyndon says he's not confident in my driving.
All right, moving on.
Oh,
We'll just,
I
we'll
can't,
just scratch past that.
dude, I feel like I'm on Hoth here. I can't see these wagons. Where are they? I just see
Where are they?
Great West.
These-
Where are they?
These are not the wagons you're looking for.
These
So
are my-
KR,
Who took this photo? Who took this photo? I am so upset with it. I can't see any detail here.
No,
Everything is
it's-
oversaturated. It's just like
it's very
way overexposed.
oversaturated. It's very oversaturated. But this is the KR Models Micah B. They've released some deco samples. One of the hosts has some opinions. I will let him explain that in his own leisure. But if you like them, you can pick them up for a single of 30 and a triple of 75. I mean,
They're not bad. I've got 4 of these in O gauge that are. It's kind of.
but that's O gauge.
Kit builds. Yeah, I picked them up for about the same price. A couple of kit builds and then a couple of, I think, Dapple ones. But the detail comparative is really good.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Up
Okay.
against
Yeah,
the
I get
O-gauge
that.
one, the detailing on them is fantastic.
I mean, they look good.
Feel bad for it.
The question is the question is whether or not they're accurate. But if you want them 75 for a triple pack, it's not terrible. 3 different running models. Could be worse.
Tom says, "Why are the wires so bent? Can somebody explain? Is that prototypical? Is that supposed to be like that?"
Daniel, I'll leave that one to you. The Pico kit is far more accurate. If it wasn't KR, I would. I'm sure they could brighten up Emperor's Parkway. Maybe they
No,
should. There you go.
Emperor's Pathway. Isn't it
No,
Pathway,
Parkway.
not Parkway? Is it Parkway? Oh, okay. Well, isn't it supposed to be grimy? These would look awful.
It better be.
Do you think Emperor's Path may have weathered one of these for me recently that I picked up at Alexandra Palace in a slightly different gauge? But
Ooh.
I got it back at Chatham. Somewhere in a
Nice.
weapon box.
Nice.
Emperor's dogging.
Oh,
Tom.
I mean,
Right,
We're only
moving
half hour
forward. Oh, my eyes.
Oh.
My
Oh
eyes.
no!
No. So this is an early painted sample of the KR Models Big Bertha.
who painted it?
Jenny Kirk is
Right.
mocked up as painting this. It was a
Right.
blank canvas as a early sample. I mean, it looks
distinctly hand
intricate, but it looks distinctly hand painted. So I don't know if it's a good thing or not. But I think this is going to be the make or break for KR Models. I think if they don't get this right, after all the hype that they've been giving it, it's just gonna blow them out of the water, I think. Yours for 220 DCC ready, 250 DCC fitted, and 320 sound fitted. After seeing this, do I need new glasses prescription? I have always needed a new prescription. This has just made it worse.
But it'd be great if you have a steep incline because you can go banking on your DCC layout. Take that front coupling off.
It would be a real joke if it didn't climb.
Yeah.
Well, if this
I hope
can't
it
go up
gets the decline.
a massive gradient, it will. If this can't haul like an absolute beast, it will be a letdown. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
completely agree. Completely agree.
I'm very concerned about this. I think if we take away the fact that this was hand painted by somebody, I am still concerned about the model in general. I think this is one of those locos that is very close to a lot of people's hearts for many reasons. But like, I am concerned about just KR's quality level lately. And as you say, I think it's a make or break sort of thing. I was always in the camp of let me collect all the weird and wonderful locomotives that only had a few prototypes, but more recently I've definitely stepped away from that, especially after the leader. The leader was shocking.
Yeah,
there was no way it was good. So I'd be very worried about this.
I think they need to be worried about it, especially considering what else they've got their stakes into.
Oh wow.
So this is the HO gauge Shay decorated sample, and I must admit, there's a lot going on. For a Shay, there is a lot going on.
That's kind of worrying.
But it is kind of worrying, isn't it? And there's a bit of a smudge here on above river, so I don't know if this has been around and done the marks. Yeah, look at all the glue marks. Yeah. So, does this Shay have more than one working axle now? I have no idea. Galloping typewriter.
Galloping typewriter.
But yeah, so yeah, the price is pretty stupid, and you have to think that this is 187 scale, so this is HO scale, so it's smaller. And it's 299 DCC ready, 329 DCC fitted, and 449 with sound. Oh, that's expensive.
Very expensive.
So yeah, I think this and Bertha, they put a lot of effort into it. And I hope it goes well for them, because, you know, it would be sad to see another manufacturer go down the drain. But I think at this point, are you calling for it? I don't know.
James, I'm going to just put something up on the stage quickly for a moment.
Go for it. Go for it, mate.
Give me a second. Right, so there we go. This is I don't know, Class D Shay. Oh, you took it. Oh, sorry, my bad. This is the Marklin.
Wow.
This is the Marklin Trix Class D Shay, right? And I've just checked this price from Marklin is 649 euros. That's about 560 pounds. So it's about 100 pounds more than KR's one. And I don't want to. I mean, I'm literally doing that, but I don't want to compare the two. But I do feel like it's a valid comparison. I think what you're getting, let's just put that back on, compared to that, for 100 pounds difference, speaks volumes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
100%.
So I understand that.
I'd rather
obviously
have
this
this.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I understand that it's obviously it's a different locomotive. It's an individual, run. It's its own run, and I understand that there are costs to be covered. But when you compare the two in terms of pricing and what you see off the bat, that is vastly different, and it makes you wonder. Anyways, continue.
So yeah, I mean, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. It's another make or break for KR models. I think they're investing a lot into this. I don't know why this came up as an option. I know they like to do quirky models, but for once, would it not kill them to pick something more mainstream and try and get it right, instead of go for the obscure stuff and niche stuff?
That would have been my exact next point. Do something, just to break even, as it
exactly.
were.
You know, just do something you know is going to sell, that you can get done, and it can be bought by masses, not these individual things that a handful of people are going to buy. I can only imagine the order books for the last 3-4 models that we've shown from KR. So, yeah.
So here's the weird thing about this, right? I know KR are based in Canada, and they're obviously doing 00 models. This, I would have thought maybe was a Canadian model, but the Arcata and Mad River Railroad, by the way, great name, top
Yes.
name for a railroad, is in California. So I don't know. I'd love to understand what the logic is by tapping into 2 markets at once. I think maybe, I don't know, in my mind, it would make sense to tackle one, but if anyone knows any better, is it better to spread out your offering like this across 2 markets and potentially tap into the North American side of things? I wonder. Also, given tariffs are now a thing, how does this affect their import into the US? Because I'm assuming that's where your majority of customers for something like the Shay would be. So, curious.
Yes,
They need
very
to do
curious.
a Chinese model, and then they can sell a Chinese model and smooth the thing. If the railway modelers had a Chinese model on their layouts, then life would be better for tariffs.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Boo, Orange
Being
Man's
lasted
tariffs.
long into the 2000s. So
Moving on.
yeah,
If you want this, go and get it. Let us know how it is. But yeah. The next thing that came up, so Rails of Sheffield are now doing a rewards system with different tiers depending on how much you spend with them annually. Take that how you will. Go ahead and have a look. I think it's I don't know if it's, I could call it typical. You know, I know that some of the manufacturers have some sort of reward system. I'm not aware of any other. Did TMC have a reward system? I know that Hatton's. I think Hatton's did, but it's like, yeah, right after you spend nearly 1,000 in the year, and you have this top.
What did you buy,
thing.
Harry?
Ellis Clark has a reward scheme. I'm going to tell you how many.
Ellis Clark does. D-Rails do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
So does
Ellis Clark definitely.
So-
has one.
So there you are. They're picking it. They're picking up the paces a bit. But yeah. So if you want some sort of discount or points or exclusive early access, now selling it.
Top says, I've not had a Rails of Sheffield email through for at least 5 minutes.
Wait, let me
I
forward.
know
Let
the
me
feeling,
forward you
Tom.
one. Let me forward you one.
It happens all day. I mean, honestly, props to their social media guys.
Wow. So yeah, a points system, and that is almost everything. But I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to share this. As we say, congratulations to our resident Hilton
Yes.
for hitting 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Everybody, round of applause in the chat, please. I think very well deserved. Yeah, pat yourself on the back there, mate. And I
Thank
love
you.
Annie's gift is just absolutely perfect. I am not jealous at all.
Yeah, for those of you, yeah, no one else knows actually. But she bought me 50 cans of Iron Brew, so I'm sorted.
Plenty of Castle Iron.
Cheers, mate.
So there we have it.
Like that. Congratulations, Hilton. What are we putting in the news this week? Oh, look, an email
think-
from Rails.
An email from Rails. Plenty
Big
of them. They
milestone.
announced a Flying Scotsman with 2 tenders and smoke deflectors.
Oh, that's nothing.
Oh
wrong
no,
with
no. We don't talk Backman USA here. Take that out and throw it in the trash. There you go. Problem solved. Hilton, there's another Flying Scotsman if you want one.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay,
It
so
wasn't me. I'll just say it wasn't me tonight.
it
I did
wasn't
not
you.
start
No.
Scotsman in the chat.
You did not. You did not.
No.
Max, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So, moving swiftly on, before we get to our main segment, I am going to ask you guys, what have you guys been up to this week in modeling?
Matt.
Well, as if you follow me on social media and so on, you'll know I've just come back off exhibition. So, Lyndon, who I think is in the chat tonight, invited me along for the weekend to the Chatham show to help out on his layout, which is called Fairford East. It's a fairly modern image, sort of, mix of eras, double O gauge layout, DCC sound, and we had a great weekend. And as you saw earlier, we played plenty of dice games in the evening and lots to drink. That was great fun.
That's awesome.
And whilst I was there, I bought, because some of you know I used to work on ships and so on, no maritime. Now we were next to Bunter's yard, and he's 3D printed some feeder container ships. Now, if you know my background, I work with container ships all week long, so I now have a double O gauge container ship.
Oh my lord!
Hang on, hold that up so everyone can see it.
Oh, hang on.
If
I think I just broke the glue.
if this was a different website, everyone would be looking at this very.
Well, I'm going to put the class 37 on it for a scale. There we go.
Don't drop it.
No.
Oh my word!
That is insane.
And that's the first half.
Yeah, I
And
was
then-
about to say it doesn't look finished.
Yeah, then the second half is there. Now I have a couple other bits, but I've shortened it down to make it a bit more realistic because it's just
So you can fit it in the
a
screen.
bit too long for its width.
Well, let's not say realistic, Matt. Let's say
Yeah.
more scalable.
Yeah, scalable. That's okay. It just didn't look right when I put it all together. So that's what I've been up to. And in my normal gauge, which is O gauge, I have been
We're
finishing
close.
off a 6-wheel Toad kit.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Very
lovely.
nice. Oh, it's Great Western. Okay, right. Well, I'm gonna.
I've got one of those.
Yeah,
It'll get done eventually.
yeah. And that's about it, really. So,
Fantastic. Hilton, lad, what about you, mate?
I have not done all that much this week, I'm afraid. I have been dealing with other things at home. My little pup is not doing too well, so I've been looking after her. And then, but when I have had time, I've painted up a couple fences and got some stuff ready for like where the radio tower is going to go.
Lovely.
Not very exciting stuff, but yeah, all good. And you, James? Finished your point?
I finished a point. I finished a turnout. I did quite a bit of staining of sleepers, and then I finished a turnout.
very nice.
Yay!
That brings the total to 4.
Nice one.
Matt,
Nice one. So now you need to just put them together, right?
not Toad,
Well,
regrouping.
details.
Toad.
No, I promise the next one I will buy track. Does that make you? Can we do that? I have to finish this. If I don't finish this, I'll go insane.
7 years later.
7
Well,
years later.
I will say I thought about building some O gauge track, and then Rob changed gauge. It was just much easier to give him some money.
Yeah, it was actually really smart, Matt.
Does anyone want to change gauge so I can just throw money at you?
You're gonna sell them
If
your
that's-
track.
If that's how it works, no. I would not sell anyone my track. Although, actually, I'm not going to lie. This is probably the best one I've made today. So,
Well done.
we'll see. Okay, moving swiftly on. What are we talking about today? Well, first, I want to ask our guest Matt to introduce himself and give us a little bit of a background on who he is, what he does, and what modeling you do. Matt,
Oh,
over to you, my
hello.
friend.
Hello.
So, yeah,
Hello, Matt.
I'm Matt. if you follow me, you'll know I'm predominantly an O gauge modeler these days. Like everyone, I started with a little blue tank engine and worked up. Started in double O gauge, and then I went off to sea for about 12 years. So it kind of went away. And then I came ashore and did a university degree, and I started train spotting again on my time off, rather than because I was too old to go clubbing, as it were, at that age, because I went quite late to uni. And then I had a job up near Heathrow Airport, so I didn't really have time because of the sort of shifts we worked on. And then the pandemic came along, and I got made redundant, and I had 2 years off with nothing to do. So I was like, give this railway modelling a go again. And I sort of found my old stuff. Realised that double O really wasn't for me anymore. So I started to move into O very slowly via G gauge, actually. But then I decided that was just too big at the time.
Yeah.
So I moved into O gauge. I built a couple of kits, bought a couple of things. Like everything, it started with the Flying Scotsman into O gauge.
Good lad.
During the Hattons ones. And then I progressed to sort of my southern western interest. That sort of mix in my heritage. So yeah, and then this year I bit the bullet, had the baseboards built, and was like, I'm going to build a show layout. So I am currently working on an O gauge show layout. For early next year, I think it'll be ready as a terminus, and then towards the end of the year, it'll be a roundy.
Wow, that's impressive, Matt. So what is like the setting and stuff for your O gauge?
So it started off being set in sort of between Didcot and Oxford. Sort of there's a station called Culham. It's really interesting, and it had this mix of Southern, Great Western, and LMS. And then I was looking at Banbury, and Banbury had everything because of the Great Central. And then Lyndon took me out on a show with his other layout, the depot, and I was like, actually, third rail wouldn't go too badly on my layout. So I was looking at it and I'm thinking, I really need to add third rail to this. Similarly to that, I bought a vehicle, and that was in I had to go and get it from Lymington. So I ended up at Brockenhurst, and Brockenhurst is a beautiful southern station. And I did some research and found out that Great Western trains occasionally ran down there to go to Weymouth when that was transferred. So I was like, there's my setting.
Nice.
But
yeah.
Nice.
To like both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. For now, just to get it running as a terminus, I'll take Weymouth, the sort of the end of the southern line, as a start. But then we'll progress towards Brockenhurst in the following year.
Once you win the lottery. Got you, Matt.
Yeah, definitely going to need it.
I don't give away my salary.
With O gauge, I don't think you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a monster, right? Like, you know, I know you sold off a lot of your double O stuff. Fortunate to be a recipient of one of your very special double O models. Thank you very much for that, Matt.
Yeah.
But you know, how has the transition been from double O? Because I'm assuming you had a fairly big collection, or was it quite small?
No, I did have a fairly big collection, and it was a challenge to sell it off, actually, and sort of let it go, because there were some that I really liked, and I thought, this one. But I was like, I really much prefer the bigger scale. It's some of it is my hand-eye coordination. It's just not in double O anymore. And I used to do kit building there. Whereas now I struggle with it a bit. So I was like, whereas I can sort of sit there and work on it. And it's a little bit easier on me as a modeler. So in terms of that transition, it was good. But yeah, sort of getting rid of some of those heirlooms and my early layout stuff was a bit heart-wrenching. I will say that.
Shame.
But
the
Black 5 I sent to your layout looks much, much better on your layout than it ever would have done on mine. So it's in the right place.
It is. It's well looked after. Don't worry. You can see it whenever you want. You can just send me a message and I'll run it for you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Worth it.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Wow.
And then you've still got the police 37, which I would suggest never getting rid of, because that's
the police 37.
That's fantastic. Genuinely is fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I need one.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate you giving us your history.
No problem.
Moving swiftly on. What are we talking about today, Hilton?
Hold on, let me just read the YouTube title. Exhibitions, what are they and why they should go? Sorry, you should go.
Why you should go, yes.
Absolutely go if you can.
So we thought it would be prudent to discuss, considering we've recently just had the Chatham Model Railway exhibition. There was also another exhibition on earlier, and it's basically the time period where before summer there are a lot of them going on. And considering Hilton and I have zero access to them, we thought it'd be a great thing for us to talk about. Because why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, we
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Hold on,
Tom,
James.
okay. We have to now, don't we? We have to now, don't we?
We were like talking about this before. We are like, do we talk about this?
do we
Is this
talk
a
about?
thing that we talk about?
Well, he's reposted it and re-edited it to remove some comments and reposted it. So I don't want to get into it. I don't really want to get into it. So DCC Concepts also did an exhibition at the weekend, which was free.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's great. Go and watch their video. Go and watch Craig's video. It looked like an amazing exhibition. It looked good, and all power to them for making it free, because it should be accessible. The hobby should be accessible, and that's the point, is to make them accessible for people to come in. There were some comments made in the original edit that were maybe something that could be done. I don't know.
What happened to your audio? Your audio just went really weird. It was like it was muting you. It was like, no, we can't talk. I have
a noise gate, but yeah. So anyway, there was some comments raised, some issues done. We're not going to go into that. Not part of our purview. But essentially, there was a free exhibition. It was great. Maybe we'll see the same next year.
So I have absolutely no context into what happened. That's pretty much what Tom's saying. I just think that like Craig's kind of approach to things is like very tongue in cheek. He's got a very dry sense of humor, and that's what makes his channel like great.
Yes.
In my opinion, I always tune in for his stuff every week, and like I just think that there are some people who don't get it. And that's unfortunate. But like, Craig, just keep doing your thing, dude. It was a great video.
Seriously, Craig, keep going on, mate. I enjoyed it. People didn't understand, obviously, hyperbole and dry humor. Yeah, dry humor for sure. So I'm not sure where the issue was coming from. I don't think there was any directed slander in it. People just took it the wrong way.
Anyways, the exhibition was great.
It looked great. I am envious that I did not go to it. This weekend has been the last weekend has been great for railway modelers. We've had the Audrey Extravaganza, which, if you haven't already, Tom has done a video. Go watch it. At least, is it out already? I remember seeing a post earlier. But go watch that video. I haven't watched it yet. It's what I'm going to do after this to fall asleep. There's the Chatham show.
Isn't that boring?
No. I just used Tom.
I'm gonna put Tom on so I can go to bed.
It's his dulcet tone. It's the soothing voice.
Okay, so Chatham.
Matt.
Chatham, yes.
So we discussed beforehand. Could you give us a little debrief of the show, how you found it, and
Chatham is a wonderful show, and I know that most of the exhibitors, because we're coming up now to that exhibition break, is the one we all look forward to being at. And part of it is the people you're with and the people you're surrounded by. and the other half of it is the show is really good and it's really busy. But it's set in Chatham Historic Dockyard inside some old boat sheds, so you have some very wide gangways, so it never feels like it's packed. Because where normally you're constricted by your hall space, they're not. So you can have some very wide walkways, and it never feels over full. And then I briefly saw the exhibition manager, and I said, "How many people?" He was like, "Oh yeah, that was really good. It was better than last year." So it was good. There were plenty of people I saw and I knew. There were a few YouTubers there. I wasn't too far away from Mr. Emperor's Path. He was there as well. And various multiple units. Danny, he was there with Southwest Max with their unit collection. We were quite lucky on Fairford East because Max lent us one of his 444s to run. So we had that going in and out of the layout all weekend, which always drew comments. So that was pretty cool. And there was a good range of layouts. So they had everything from gauge 3 down to N gauge, I think. I didn't see any T gauge, but they had a really good mix of layouts, lots of traders. Everyone was in a pretty good mood. Dawn Quest was there with her Lady Killer's layout as well. That's always a good one to see.
That's amazing.
So yeah, no, it was good. And obviously the before and after the show where we were all up in a hotel because we're away from home, so you have to put them somewhere. Plenty of drinking and Perudo.
This bloody Perudo. I need to go and go watch a YouTube video after this about Perudo.
We had some in-depth training from Sam during Friday night. So Friday night was pizza night. Morwood came on the Sunday, came and helped us on the Sunday. I don't know, I was so in the layout, Morwood.
As a footnote, Morwood was there.
He was. I was so in depth in the layout on Sunday. Yeah, he was there too.
That's
but
amazing.
Yeah, it was a good show. Loads of people, some good humoured, good fun. And that's
I
really
saw all
what
of
your
your
exhibition to be about. You want your exhibitors to have as good a time as your public do.
Absolutely, yeah. I saw a lot of like stories and stuff. It looked like you guys had a blast. So
We really did.
No, it looked good. It did look good. Well,
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got 2 questions that have been posed already, and I'm going to say this now. If you've got questions for Matt, for us, or anything about exhibitions, throw it in the chat. We're going to move. Great Western locomotive.
Matt, I asked this to every. Do I own any GWR logos? I own plenty of GWR logos.
Plenty. Okay.
So, again, you probably don't know whether you follow me online. I basically bought Rob out of all his standard gauge when he decided to change gauge. So I like to feel I had a hand in funding the NG7. But yeah, I've got a Prairie, I've got 5 panniers, I've got a 14XX.
Damn.
I've got a Night Owl kit as well. Oh, and now Hilton's gone. Been abandoned by both.
No, he's having audio issues.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. So, can't have both of you disappear off.
He'll be back. No, it's back.
No, that's fine. Yeah. So I own plenty of GWR logos.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah.
What's the biggest?
It will be the Night Owl.
An O gauge Night Owl.
I've got an O gauge brass Night Owl.
Oh.
I'll tell you the one I've forgotten because it's over at Tom's Modelling Corner to be built. I've got a 28 on order with him. So I bought the kit mainly because Rob was looking for one and then I saw it before he did. I was like, look what I bought. And then I realised I've got exhibition to plan, so I didn't have time. So Tom has kindly agreed to build it for me.
Fantastic.
So, yeah,
well, I want to see more of that.
The Night Owl and 28 running with freight and post, because I recently also picked up a Great Western Railway post coach in O gauge for 70 quid. When the Exley ones go for like 290, I was like, I'm having that.
Wow. Wow. I don't know what I'm more jealous of, the 47 or the 28. Probably the 47. The Night Owl is my baby.
Class 47? Class 47?
No.
We're talking about Night Owls.
Night
I've got
Owls,
an
mate,
O-gauge
Night
one
Owls.
here.
I don't like Night Owls. They're rubbish.
He's got an O-gauge one coming.
O-gauge one on.
That's very cool, Matt.
Built
Very
the
cool.
tender.
Okay.
We need to do a bit of work on the boiler, and then it's just the chassis and the motor to mount and to chip it, and it's done. And then I've got to decide what paint scheme to put it in.
Mega.
Wow.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so it's not far away. It's just again having time to do it, but we're getting October's getting ever closer.
And finding money. I take it.
This is also a concern.
Well, there is a bit, but I've got the wheels. I just need a chip for it and some paint. So I'm not too far away.
No, good. Fantastic. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Oliver, and thank you for your answers, Matt. So, we're talking exhibitions tonight. We're wanting to, Hilton and I, as I said, we don't get the chance to attend them. So we wanted to get some first-hand experience on what they are, how they work, how you get them to work, and all things surrounding them. So it's actually fitting that the first question we have in regarding them is, for somebody who's been running shows for almost 30 years, what made you get into it? So what made you want to start getting into exhibitions?
The first one I did was a gamble, really, because the society I am the vice chairman of is not necessarily a model railway society. We are a loco owning society. We own an industrial 060 up at the Middleton Railway that worked on the Slough estates from 1924 up until 1976. And then it was brought into preservation at the Watercress line and then dismantled, and it never happened. And because it was under a custodianship, that never happened. So we were given it and we restored it. It steamed for the first time in 2001 or 2. Anyone in the society in the comments correct me here. And then it's been through an overhaul, and it's currently just coming out of its second overhaul in preservation. So you can expect to see it running in October.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
part
amazing.
of it was we were looking around and realizing that the membership was aging and there was no one really new coming in. So we put on Railway Talks on a Friday. There was nothing else. So I was looking at how can we do this and how we could have an open day. But we are based at Slough Station. So if you drive, you've got to pay £6 to park there, whether it's 30 minutes or a day. It's £6, which is quite pricey to come and spend an hour in an old Great Western shed.
Yeah,
Sure.
So one AGM, I said, why don't we try this model railway exhibition, Lark? And they went, well, there you go. And that's how I got into it. I wasn't even the vice chairman. I was just a member with an idea.
you're just going, hey, we should do this.
Yeah. And that then taught me quite a lot about how to do it, because I had a lot of trouble setting it up, getting things to go, getting things there. For instance, we'd agreed to use the Slough Museum, and then they went, with all you booked, we're going to have to cancel this with 2 weeks to go. I was like,
Oh, damn.
so I planned all this, and they were like, oh, it's too fire risky, we can't fit it in. And they'd had their own exhibition running, so I don't think they quite looked at my plan. So if they told me it was 6-8 weeks ago, could have found another venue. But 2 weeks ago, everything's booked up.
Wow.
With weddings and Halloween parties, X, Y, Z.
I can imagine, yeah.
So difficult.
Super busy time of year.
So
yeah.
with 2 weeks to go, we were frantically running around to all the halls, all the churches, to what do we do? So you can't use a church on a Sunday if you're doing a weekend show. So I realised, actually, I can get a heritage bus in and link our place with the other hall. So we had a double hall on the first year, linked by a bus.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I pulled it off, and it went really well. And because it went so well, they went, can you do it again? I was like, yeah, but I want one hall. So we booked a hall a year in advance last year, and that was my second show.
Oh wow, okay.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. And then again this year I met the new manager and she was like, well, you didn't use 2 rooms, and she took me around this year. It's like, you could have used this one, and it was another 40-50 foot of space upstairs and down. So
wow, okay. Amazing.
Yes, the bus just go round, but you went for a ride on it. He loves He loves old stuff. The more you ask him about Steam, the better off you'll be.
Remind me not to talk about Steam then.
Oh, no. That's sarcastic. He's a modern image man. Talk about Steam as much as you like.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Works for me. Cool. So
Right.
moving on swiftly. So we have a question for Tom. So how do you decide which YouTuber to headline at your show, and why is it Laurie? Now, I'm going to expand on this. So I understand that actually quite a few Instagram/YouTube personalities will be in attendance
This year, yes.
Quite a few.
I can say, actually, this is Laurie's second appearance. He came to the first MRX as well. Just basically invited him for a day off. So you don't need to film. Can you just bring your layout and run trains? And he said, yeah, by all means. So, do you want to run my Duke Dog kit? And he was like, yes, please. And off it went. So actually, it's the second. And this time, it wasn't a decision. When I was put a call out for layouts, as I do, I got a message from the LMM team saying, would you like the modular layout? I said, thank you, yes, please. Add to that, he's also accepted to be the president of our society because he drives our loco at the Middleton. I'm really tied there. I can't really say no, and I want my back to the wall.
Right, okay.
Can't tell the president no.
Do the thing.
You put tariffs on it.
He's not that kind of president.
No.
Amazing. Much. Okay. So it was basically you were given no choice.
Pretty much. But it works. I mean, you look at it and you have to balance your local clubs against your headline artists.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously,
it's like organizing a music event. It's actually wild.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
So, yeah, we've got LMM. We've got the Kiln Line.
Who?
We've got Empress Path. Who?
He's not here tonight.
He's not here tonight. He's taking a night off, I think.
Yeah. We've got Sam with Empress Path. We've got Morewood in Engage, the home of Engage Wizardry, to demonstrate wizards.
Wizards?
And you didn't invite Tom?
I'm yet to see it, so, we'll see.
Matt, you didn't invite Tom?
Amongst other guests and events. We've just announced, actually last night, we announced 5-inch gauge exhibits. So we've got 3 5-inch gauge locos coming on static. So we've got a 5-inch gauge Jubilee, Galatea. We've got a 5-inch gauge Class 52 Western, which I believe is sound fitted. And we've got a 5-inch gauge Class 37 in EWS livery. That's the one. Yeah.
Tom very cool.
Putting his
very cool
skills there. Yeah.
No, so
that's
Matt,
fresh.
Matt, why didn't you invite Tom? What did Tom do?
I spoke to Tom at the where was it? I want to say Worley, but it was Key Model World Live, and you saw what he did to my leaflet.
I did.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But there's always opportunity. So, there's future shows. Yeah.
Of course.
I don't think it's going to be my last one.
Matt, I have a question around... Yeah. Sorry, James and I are going to just jump in and out with questions.
Yeah, we're going to throw in.
Yeah.
I want to ask about pricing around exhibitions, because it's something that I have no idea of how it all works. I remember going to Inverness a very small exhibition and paying £5 to get in, and I was like, okay, cool. It was hosted in a hotel. It made sense that they needed to buy out the space. How do you determine your pricing, firstly? And secondly, what are funds usually allocated towards? I don't know.
That's a very valid question. There's lots to go on. I have to go and ask the treasurer for a budget every year. I always try and push it because I say, well, this is our publicity event. This is how we're getting bigger. I say, oh, well, we're going to make money, and this is what it is. So I have to do a calculation on 0, 500, 1,000 people over the weekend, how much that would make. And then I need to be less than that in my cost.
Yeah.
Okay.
In some ways, I'm quite lucky because the local council like having the show in the village. Unfortunately, it's my local village, so I wrote to them, and the council last week approved £1,000 grant, which actually takes a huge cost out of the way.
I can imagine.
But I am going to then respend that elsewhere. So that plays into it a bit. But you have to look at where your layouts are coming from. Now, I'm one of the few shows that brings layouts down from the north of England, being in the south. Mm-hmm. Quite often, if you watch on YouTube, they say, if you're going to a southern show, you'll only see all these southern layouts. Well, I don't really conform to that. If I say to you, if you're coming from the north, I'll put you up for the weekend. Come and play trains.
Wow.
I take one. I don't have all northern layouts, but at least one or two I'll bring down from the north. So the reason Rob's got a trip out this is because it's coming from another part of the country, and you would not normally see it in that area.
That's amazing. So I didn't realize that. Like, is this common practice in the exhibition scene for you to actually pay to lodge an exhibitor to come and be at your show?
Very much so.
I had no idea. That's amazing. That's actually incredible.
This weekend, wow. Most of the layouts were in the hotel we were staying in.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think I was upwards of at least 6 different layouts in the same hotel. And
that's actually amazing. I had no idher. That's so cool. That's very
we take on quite a lot. We will cover the cost of their fuel as well, generally.
Whoa.
And we'll cover
that's
their
insane.
lunch
I had no idea.
Well. Yeah.
I'll take flight costs.
I mean, it's at the government rate. It's at the government rate as it is, but you do have to think about your travel costs, your hotel costs, your insurance costs, and your catering costs.
Damn, insurance too.
To there, and that gives you a baseline of your cost, and then you have to work out how many people charging this much, and this much. So I charge £8 for it. It's not the biggest show in the world, but that's what it costs me. And then I'm not going for a huge margin here. It may be £1.50 off a ticket that goes into the profit overall. So then I'm reliant on advertising and so on. We're pretty good on social media, so we have a good coverage. I think like most people know what I'm up to with our show.
Sure. Yeah, I know your coverage.
I will shout out Tom for doing such a wonderful job at marketing. He is very good at what he does. But then there's other shows mine's at the end of October, but I'm then, I have to worry about competing with some of the bigger shows. So like the week before is the Great Electric Train Show, which is a massive draw because it's a Hornby magazine show. And also at the beginning of the month, I have to think, well, Fareham Rail-X is on. Lyndon is the exhibition manager of that. He will pop up in a minute. So I have to think, okay, well, if I want them to come to mine as well in a month, then what are they charging? What is it? How far away? Where are they coming from? So then you start to have good relationships with other exhibition managers, and it becomes a bit of a community thing. So yeah,
that is actually crazy. I had no idea how similar this was to like a music event in that sort of regard. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty distant. The largest show only pays exhibitors fuel at cost and part payment to accommodation that you have to organise yourself.
Is that gets?
I mean,
that's
what we're talking about? I mean, I'm of the opinion that if you're bringing someone down, you should put their accommodation.
It's fascinating. No, totally. I'd need to.
Sorry, I've just posed this question
It's
to
a
the
good
chat
one.
here. So
What's your thoughts on paying? Are you happy to pay, or would you prefer they were free?
so this is going off. This is going off. You know, obviously the DCC Concepts free exhibition that came up this weekend, and Tom also put a comment in the chat saying that exhibitions should charge. I think otherwise it's traders footing the bill for layouts, hotels, etc. I agree. It should be charged. You know,
Yeah.
I think you should be charged entry into something like this. It's all in debate as to how much you should be charged, and I think that all goes down to obviously budget, constraints and
Yeah.
things like that you mentioned.
Absolutely.
But I think it could be a net loss for a lot of people having to go to a free entry show.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose DCC Concepts as a company have an allocated marketing budget where they could put an event on. You know, I'm quite lucky. I have a bit of a corporate job. I go to plenty of events that people pay for me to go to. The odd
same.
box there. So a company, yes, but a local society like ours that's maintaining a steam engine, we have a lot of cost anyway. So I'm of the opinion you should be charged. And I put this all together over about 8 months with a very small team, and none of us get paid for it.
Yeah,
So
no, I
it's
completely agree.
Goes into the society.
Yeah. So Sam's already saying it's like it's how it's a gig. You know, you pay to go to most gigs. You pay to go to festivals for the weekend. Why shouldn't you pay for something like this? And it's not like you're paying festival fees or anything like that. You know, it's a couple of quids. You know, and you decide how long to spend your time there. Tom again, charge the parents, let the kids in free. I think I've seen some exhibitions that do like under 12s or something like that come in for free or something like that. You know,
exactly what we do this year. Last year we had to charge for children because we didn't have the budget for it. But this year, I've got enough more freedom to be able to, per paying adult, one child can come in free.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm staggered at like how this all works. I always had like an idea in my mind. Forgive me for my complete ignorance about this, but I always had this idea that like an exhibition you'd pay to go for because it pays money for the club. And I get that it does in a way, but I also had no idea that exhibitions were paying to bring people to showcase their exhibitions at the layout. It changes my entire opinion on how all of this works now. So I'm fascinated.
Yeah. I mean, you can offset some of your costs by the amount of traders you have. Now we're in a bit of a gamble where we're still quite new, so some of the traders don't trust us. Some of the bigger ones wouldn't come to us because we're still too new, as it were. Whereas some of the local traders and the ones that only do exhibitions in the local area, they were very quick to jump in. And actually, I've got one guy that buys loads and loads of space and wants a specific area, and he does all sorts of scenics. And it's pretty good. As long as you can be reasonable with your price, then you can cover some of it. So like I said, we're lucky. We've covered $1,000 already. Our traders will cover about half a day in hire, but we've still got to cover the layouts, the accommodation. The accommodation is covered elsewhere. I should say that. We've got to cover the layouts, the insurance, and a few other things through the tickets, and then hopefully make some money elsewhere that we can put into the Steam engine.
And the insurance aspect of that, Matt, like what does that entail? Because I know you guys in your first world countries, you're all about health and safety. Like down here, we're like, whatever. People die.
Yeah. No,
What's the insurance for?
Event insurance covers the building, the exhibits, all of the stock for the traders. On my one, certainly. And actually,
the stock?
I cover them from Friday when they come in and set up until they get back to their club on Sunday, until it's physically through the door and put down. They're on my insurance, and we have to have it, otherwise you can't open the show. And I have to prove that to the council as well, because I'm a council event. Someone tell them about market deeping. Yeah, so it's one of those things, you have to have it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Where's Paxman?
Fantastic.
We
Yeah.
need some layout operators. We can have big layout next year. Put it on the expenses.
Big
Yeah,
layout.
no, I'll come if you can. If
I'll
you
be
can
there.
pay. I'll bring
Give
a
me a
really
day.
small little layout in the plane with me, and I promise I'll come.
Well, I have an idea for a traveling. It might be done in 2 years. We'll see. No, that's a really good. I'm the same as Hilt. I didn't realize there were those kind of aspects to it. You know, I assumed it was something like a gig or a festival or something like that. You know, you have to find your headliners and you have to get your attendance and you have to make sure that you're breaking even. Of course, it's a business. At the end of the day, you have to treat it like a business, especially if you're part of like a non-profit, or not a non-profit, but you know, you're part of a group that has to raise money to pay for certain things and everything like that. I completely get that.
If you're a UK charity, you can't really make money anyway, so you have to show where that money's going. So we invest it elsewhere. I mean, the first show I did, I'm quite happy to tell you, we lost money on it. Part of that was we had a chairman who put a load of newspaper advertising in, which brought us 2 people out of the 400-500 that came.
Oh wow!
And it, you know, we thought it would be 300 or 400 quid. It was near on £1,000 for a 6-week campaign. So last year I did it all via Facebook and Instagram, and this year Tom has taken it on. And actually, like I said earlier, Tom's done a stunning job. I couldn't have thanked someone more for what he's done.
It's the most advertised show I've seen in a while.
Advertised local show, yeah.
Like you know, even more than some of the big ones. Seriously, even more than some of the big ones. Doing great work.
We should. Well, I should also thank Tom because he gave me the contact to get tugs with the faces. So I've got the actual tugs coming. I don't know exactly how many yet, but that was
so
a bit
cool.
of a conversation.
Yes,
I love tugs. Tugs is awesome.
I love tugs.
Yeah. So as I was saying earlier in the behind the scenes chat, I'm going to look for people like yourselves that can't come and how we can get you to connect with us online somehow, and how we can line it up. So we're going to try. That's a discussion for me and Tom next week. He doesn't know yet, but we need to do some sort of filming live.
Well, I'm happy to be involved. You want to do a watch party? I'm happy to be involved.
Possibly, I need to check with the hall. If we've got the internet, then I think there's Wi-Fi in there. We'll put a webcam in both halls.
Amazing.
That's the plan anyway. So just need to check everyone's all right being filmed. I'm sure they are, because there'll be plenty of YouTube videos, I hope.
Well, I would hope so too, considering the attendees.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. It sounds like you've got
excellent.
Sounds like you've got an awful lot of passion for this one.
Social media.
This is true. It is sounding like it. You're getting everybody together, and it's just great. I think it's great for the community. I think it's great for the exhibition circuit.
And that's another important point. Whether you're paying to go or you're an exhibitor, it's great to have everyone in one place where you can have a chat.
Yeah.
No, I completely get that. Yeah. It sounds like you've got a lot of passion for this project.
It's kind of my baby, and it's sort of hatched out the last 2 years.
Well, so is this the first one that you've solely owned? Like you've solely started and put all the effort towards, gathered all of the information.
I started the first one, but I didn't have the team. And as I mentioned earlier, a lot of my members are aging. So when you talk about social media, it goes over their head. I mean, even some of them don't have emails. That's the sort of age I'm dealing with.
Wow.
So yeah, they didn't really. Some of them were quite anti. Were like, "Oh, you're turning the Loco Society into a model railway grid." I said, "No, I'm adding a string to bring new people in, so that they start with the little ones and they go up to the bigger ones."
Yeah.
And it's also some of the frustration I had. I've always tried to get the 5-inch gauge and the gauge 3. I try and get the larger stuff in as well. You get some of them that clubs, they say, "Oh, it's a model railway exhibition. We're model engineers. We're not coming." Oh, fine. Okay. So it's good to have.
I mean, that's a bit lowball, isn't it?
is.
That's so stupid, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
exposure on all levels is a great thing, honestly.
exactly. Someone say, "Oh, I'm going to bring you 300 to 500 people on your first
Jakob,
one."
thanks for
I'm not
joining us,
coming
mate.
because
Yeah,
model.
it's
Yeah, I hear you,
Yeah.
Matt. Honestly.
So I'm quite lucky. There's a guy called Joe. His handles 21C Photography, and he does model railways as well. And he sort of was chatting about his 5-inch gauge. He said, "I want to go to more exhibitions." I was like, "Would you like to come to mine?" And we had Galatea last year, but we couldn't really make much of it. Whereas this year, if the weather's right, we might even be able to get it up in steam outside. So fingers crossed.
yeah.
Good weather. So that's the hope. Alongside the diesels, to give someone that sort of, if you're an older person that's not looking perhaps to do double O gauge, why not try big stuff?
I think, Tom, you've hit the nail on the head here,
Yeah.
and I think that speaks to the why our distaste of the our distent of the model engineers, shunning it. It doesn't matter if it's model engineers, model railways, model trains, model cars. It needs to be bundled in. We need to support each other. I completely agree.
Well, I'd say the only thing I haven't got this year is military modelling at the moment, because I need to measure everything out in the hall now. But we have RC trucks coming as well. So one of our traders is the Tamiya RC truck guy, and I basically spoke to him and said, for some advertising, would you like to come? He said, yes, love to come. And he's going to bring some remote control lorries along. So that's pretty cool. So I've got model boats, model cars, model trains, weathering, unit building.
Who's doing the weathering?
Sam.
Oh, that bloke again.
Oh, yeah. I have to thank him for it, because I had a guy last year from Model Railway TV. He was quite expensive. I had to bring him up from Devon. He was very good and very knowledgeable, but it was just a little bit too far to come.
Yeah.
He's coming up from Barnstaple in Devon, which is more than 200 miles from Slough. So
I know it very well.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It paid off. So I'm grateful to Sam for jumping in this year and being that a little bit closer.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's super cool. I honestly, this is fascinating, all of it to me. I genuinely, I feel like, a newborn when it comes to the wonderful
I'm the same.
I had no idea how crazy this was. It's supposed to sorry.
Alongside that as well, we've got a couple of heritage railway groups coming as well. So we've got the Southern Locomotives Limited that own a lot of Bully Pacifics. They're bringing a load of original nameplates.
Wow,
that's cool.
They came last year with sort of like
a Pacific next time.
Yeah.
Next year, Matt. Next year you get a Spanish, okay?
Yeah.
The whole.
I think that is my dream, because to go to Key Model World and they've either got a Spitfire or they had a Class 37 in there, and I'm like, can I bring number?
Oh my gosh!
Can I bring number 3
that would be great
for the weekend? Will it be all right? It's in the back of my mind for a future show, but I might need a bigger haul then.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
That's rude.
But it's true though. No, I think carry on. You carry on.
Aaron, I'll tell you one thing.
About 30 minutes. About 30 minutes.
I'll tell you what, a baseball jersey is super warm. It keeps you super warm. So
because it's cold down under.
Yeah, it is.
Can't say that anymore. It's been banned on radio. Anyway, so I think we've got one or two questions from one or two statements and questions from the group. So we're going to start with Derek. So Derek mentions that we need to either lower the height of layouts or give kids a way to see layouts without being lifted up, be it a raised platform or whatever. Some clever folks are bringing their own collapsible stools. Is this something you've thought about for your...
It is something we're looking into, or whether we can have some boxes to hand out, or wooden boxes, as it were, to take for kids. But a lot of people bring them along, and we don't stop them coming in. So You know,
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's the thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Equally, when you're bringing in guest layouts, you're at the mercy of the height they built it. It would be great to say, yeah, it's got to be this height, but you can't tell someone in another society,
can't
oh, you
dictate it.
cut your legs down. And
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I was about to say,
Yeah.
like Tom just said, you know, if you're tall, higher layouts are more comfortable. Completely agree. So I think it's more a case of accommodating them if you can. Right?
I need to lift this up.
Yeah.
It's too low.
Yeah, we built a kids play layout, and it's designed to be mounted on very small legs, so the kids can be there and watch over the top. And last year it worked really, really well. So we do have a layout they can look at and actually use, which is also quite important. You know, trying to be as interactive with younger people is the be all and end all. It's great to come and watch trains go up and down if you're that bit older and you can appreciate the modelling. But if you're 4, you just want to watch Smokey Joe go at full speed.
100%.
100 mile an hour, yeah. No, I completely get it.
Not just scale speed, real speed.
Real speed. Fantastic. So Linson's asking, are you planning on a larger venue if things going well? You might need it.
Well, we'll see how it goes. At the moment, we're happy with the hall we've got, with the size of the team we've got. We probably can't go much bigger for a year or two. But if things keep going the way they're going, and I didn't expect it to grow in 3 years the way it has. Part of it's probably my positive enthusiasm about this project and getting it up and going. But it went from a local show with a few layouts to quite a big exhibition last year to quite a big headline local show this year. I didn't expect it to go that way that quickly. But yeah, Lyndon's right. We do have to keep our eye on the possibility of needing someone bigger in the future.
Yeah, because I mean, Matt, for you, obviously there's probably a in your mind which is like, do we want to take it away from where it's always been because it's been such a it's kind of part of the culture now. And then the other aspect of it, I suppose, is like, you know, if you were to expand it further, like how much further away could it be, right, from your home base, so to speak?
Yeah, we're quite lucky in the village where we've got like a working men's club and the British Legion. So if I wanted to go wild, I could probably hire all of them and make like a railway walk around the village. And if
that's
I was
cool.
past all the pubs, so that you could stop off for a drink on the way around.
That's actually.
But that's something in the back of my mind. There's also a secondary school that shut down that has an auditorium and a sports hall. So that's also, if that's available, because I know they use it for Netflix filming. So if that's up to standard, could we use that for a weekend?
Netflix.
But for now, with where we are, I'm quite happy with what we're using.
That's amazing.
I don't want to break the team until that gets bigger. When the team gets bigger and there's more people sort of behind the layouts and the traders, because at the moment I book all the layouts and the traders. I was lucky to hand the marketing over to Tom. I've got my right-hand man, Peter, who does the kids layout and all the prep stuff and the logistics. So he's very handy. And a couple of others and stewards.
Fair.
That's it. But obviously, if we're going to go to a bigger hall, we need a bigger team.
Sure.
Which is another reason to do the event.
You know, as James was saying, like you know, you've kind of gone strength to strength, and I think one of the things you touched on just now was, you know, it requires a lot of passion and dedication, and you've clearly got that. I mean, you can be very proud of how far you've brought this so far. It really is super impressive, man. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm really, really not happy that I will not be able to attend.
Yeah.
Like, I really am.
Well, like I said, we're working. Tom's just found out that we're going to have this chat about how you can come in virtually, but we need to figure that out.
Yeah. No, I look forward to it. Sure.
I want to come in virtually.
Everyone says there's a pub across the road. Actually, there's a pub on site that I expect you all to use. One of the reasons I picked the hall is they have a bar that they open throughout the event, so that's good.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I know. Model trains and beer.
I can tell you, it does not go well.
I think I
It goes
managed
grand. Don't worry. about
Nothing
it.
gets done.
Fine. More
No,
concerned for the
amazing.
well-being of the models.
So we'll just quickly move on. We'll do one
Yeah.
more question. So, what sort of layout is important? Good scenery, lots happening, pictorial interest. What's important for you as someone who's organising? What do you look for?
What's important for me, because that's Lyndon again, and he's an exhibition manager, so he should know better.
He's being a good person by asking good questions.
Yeah, so I like to have a mix of everything. So you've got to look at what you want and who you want through the door. So I found going to exhibitions before I set them up, you can go to them and they're just vastly 00 heavy and that's it.
Mhm.
Or you've got 1/0 gauge layout and so on. So you have to look at your mix of scales as to who you want to attract. You need to have a few, and then you need you need some interaction and some entertainment. That's vastly important. One of the guys we were operating with, Chris, who is from Plymouth, was saying he went to a show recently and there was about 6 layouts where they were all stood chatting and no trains running. Now, if you go to a show, I'm of the same opinion. You need to have something going on. You're there kind of to entertain the public, especially after we're going to cover your fuel, your accommodation. Please put on a show for us. But if there's nothing running, I can accept a technical fault if there's a technical fault and someone's dealing with it. But if you're just stood there chatting and there's no trains running, do you really want to be at a show?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things you have to think about as well. And and scenery and what have you, then that's left judged to the best layout in the show. So we do have competitions. This year there's 3, I believe. I'll have to check with Tom because he was setting it up. So we're going to have a society vote. So all the people, the committee event that help out will get a vote to decide their best layout, and that will be the society best. There will be the exhibition managers, Marvel, and then there's the president's vote.
So I think Peter hits the nail on the head here. I think what people are, for me, I don't mind sitting and looking at a layout for a few minutes and looking at the details and looking at how the modeling has been done and the scratch building and things like that, because I know what effort goes into it. You know, and I appreciate a layout that has had time and effort put into it. And then when something comes through, it's like, oh, piece of candy.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, and it draws you back into that. It draws me back into that space. But I know a lot of people are there. They want to see things. They want to see things moving. They want to see things. They want to hear things nowadays, not too loudly.
Yeah. And some of that also is reminiscing back to their train spotting days when they were young. If they're an older person, they want to hear those trains coming. They can appreciate it. If they now can't get to the railway line, this is the next best thing. So you have to think about that. So yeah, the entertainment value is certainly there. And then also in today's world, you have to have a mix of eras as well. You can't just go very steam heavy. I know I saw one exhibition this year where they said, oh, it's really good, but they only had 00 gauge steam layouts. And to a point, that exhibition, they were right, but there was a mix of eras elsewhere. So you kind of got to step out of that. So I try and have something modern, something steam, something electric, something diesel. And that's also very important because you're going to have your steam modelers, you're going to have your diesel modelers, you're going to have your continental modelers. And that also is becoming a bigger thing. So continental layouts. We've got a narrow gauge.
It's fascinating that it's actually interesting.
Yeah, we've got a narrow gauge Indian layout coming.
Wow.
Yeah. Based on the Darjeeling Railway.
I was going to say it's the Darjeeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
That has tempted me more than once because it just looks amazing.
It's a fantastic railway. Yeah. I've also had the urge to, can I do an NG7 Darjeeling? But I'll finish off what I'm doing first.
I think make that your plan. Don't be like James and have too many plans.
Yeah.
Go. Other James, not you, James. Other James.
Yeah.
There's more than one.
Oh.
I think it's important to make sure you have a good mixture. You have to be able to bring the crowds in. Not everybody is going to want to see Steam era. A lot of these kids nowadays, they're going to be looking at modern era.
Yeah.
What they see on the network, what they see on the, it's very possible that a lot of people walking through the door don't go to heritage lines.
Yeah.
And if they do, they're seeing more modern traction.
Yeah, and that was very much brought home to me this weekend at Chatham, operating on Fairford East. Lyndon has recently bought a Class 395 Javelin train, and every time that came out, all of the young guys appeared. And we had to keep running it because they just...
That's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. And, the rest of the time we were trying to run Network Southeast for the day, but this Javelin coming out brought everyone in. So we thought, actually, we better swap this over to a newer period in time, which worked quite well.
Right. We'll move on quickly, get one or two questions in from people. So Sam says, if you could run a show that's not your own, which would you like to run? So like the Great Electric Train Show, Gaydon, etc.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I don't think I'd want that mantle.
No, I think with what we're doing, the Key Model World Live, with all the different mix of modelling and bringing everybody together, because I enjoy going to that as a punter as much as I do being behind the scenes on the layout, I suppose. So something that was mixed, but I'm really proud of my own show, and it's done through the society, but really it's me behind the scenes. So I don't think I'd give that up.
Yeah,
I've so much time
great.
into it now over the last 3 years that but Key Model World, I wouldn't mind having a go at that one.
Key Model World, okay, and that leads back to the multi-modelers situation, which I think is key. So that's a good shout. That's a good shout.
Yeah.
Tom says, what are your thoughts on layouts with noisy DCC sound directly next to trailers so you have to listen to a Hoover all weekend?
I can understand.
Which is a valid point.
Frustration. Again, I'm going to use an experience from the weekend. And Lyndon has 2 London Transport Class 20s. And they came on to near where I was operating and sat idling. And they were just ticking over for about half an hour. And I was like, I've got to turn this off. Because it's just that rumble of tick over on a diesel was really annoying. I left it for so long. I was like, I've got to turn this off now. I'm going to throw these models across the room. I can sympathise with Tom. Yes, but I do think that you do need to have sound layouts, because otherwise, that sort of
just people talking.
entertainment value of sound is good, but you should think about where people are put.
So I think one of the things I noticed in my very, very limited experience again at Inverness, was I loved the idea of walking into a room and hearing just like a whole bunch of things going on, like little steamers and diesels running around. I thought it was really cool, but after about 15 minutes or so, it kind of did get a little bit like long in the tooth. So my thinking is there should be like almost a generally accepted like sound level that everyone keeps their stuff to.
Yeah.
So that you're not walking up to a layout and struggling to talk to the operator because his diesel is thrashing around, So it should be like a general rule within an exhibition that like you keep it to a certain level. I know that's difficult, but
I agree. But you should be able to talk over the top of it within reason. You should still be able to hear it, but able to communicate.
So I need to address this comment from Morwood. So he says steamers at idle are okay with dots. So okay. So one of the things that I can do, apart from go back and forth, is I can stick my locomotives on here, and I do sit them at idle, and I listen and I hear them and everything, and I have 3 or 4 going at once, and it sounds great. I have a friend, my friend across the road. He has 20 to 30 locomotives in a shed in a yard, all sat at idle. They are all on at all times, sound fitted, and it drones. So I can only imagine how it feels when you're at an exhibition hall where it might not be moving constantly, or even if it is just idle, all at different sound levels, or you've got, for example, one layout that has a level crossing going up and down constantly.
No, that's a different.
That's a completely different.
We had one of those at the weekend, and you could hear it from 2 miles away.
Yeah, but so I can understand where a few might be okay, but I can imagine at an exhibition hearing all of this at once can be sort of, to coin a phrase from a different group, sensory overload.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I think in their episode where they talked about sound, they kind of hit the nail on the head. And with this comment, Steam is generally okay because you like to listen to it, whether it's running or sort of sitting there slowly or so on. But diesel is that sound that wants to throw you away and is annoying. So if you've got 2 or 3 of them running all at once, it's very frustrating at times. And I do think they hit the nail on the head with that comment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Triggered. Tom, we were opposite a US level crossing for a weekend. And it was...
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding. So my Pania, my baby Pania for the Locoman Sounds file, because it worked on the Weymouth tramway, it has a bell, which of course it had to have running constantly. I don't turn it on because it's just annoying hearing going ding, 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 ding. I don't understand how American modelers can have those bells on constantly while doing operations. I don't get it.
Yeah,
that's part of their... That's their audio.
Part of their ethos.
Like, that's their thing, So I understand a bell moving. Yeah. James, you know that Instagram video I sent you the other day, or I posted, and you were like, "Oh, I wanted to share that," and it was an American tank engine backing up somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Yes, the USA. It was an
S160.
Yeah,
I loved that, dude. It was amazing with the bell going and the whistle.
Yes.
I mean, American whistles sound. They are so good.
They're throaty. Very throaty. Somebody's going to meme that now. No, I get that. I get that. Yes, so do I, Oliver. So do I. Okay. Moving on. So, Linton, again, with the great questions. Is it important to have a kids layout?
Absolutely. Interaction.
And do you have any?
We built a kids player. In the first year, we built the board, and then because of the previously mentioned accommodation problems, we basically, in our clubhouse, we've got one where we run a specific train to the talk we're putting on a Friday. So in the break, we've got model trains of what they're talking about running. And so we never did it. But where we've moved out of there now and gone to the hall, we need something that we can transport about, and that interaction is so important. If you've got a 4 or 5 year old driving trains, that may be the spark that brings them into the hobby.
Yeah,
we'll save that comment of, I think this hobby's dying and there's no one young.
I'm still waiting for it to die.
Yeah, you go to an
still waiting for it.
How many young people are there? And they perhaps haven't got room. So the benefits of TT and Engage and so on are so important to have. And also that interaction of being able to drive a train.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say that. It doesn't necessarily need to be Thomas, but it helps.
Not necessarily Thomas.
No, it doesn't need
as long as it's playable.
As long as it's playable.
We found last year, actually, we've got a... 3-coach HST we just run at the clubhouse. It's called the Manor. So if I call it the Manor, that's where our society's based. It's an ex-broad gauge building from GWR. But yeah, we found the HST was more popular than Thomas. So maybe that's a sign of the times.
Absolutely. I think that's so telling, to be honest. Yeah, that's
Fantastic. Right, so we're going to move on.
Okay.
So once the event is ongoing, so your event that you've got coming up, the Slough Model Railway
Yeah.
exhibition, what are you going to be doing? What's your job?
Well, so once we get to the weekend of the show, my job is to coordinate everything through my team. So I am generally the first on site on the Friday. So I think the exhibitors that are in some of the halls can come in from 3. The others have to come on the Saturday. So we have to go in and measure up before that and say, this is where you are, this is your room, and put it out on the floor with the marking saying this layout, that layout, this layout. Make sure the tables are in the right place, they've got enough chairs, they're all happy. It's not providing tea. That will be Lyndon's job for me throughout the setup. He has more time than I do. I have to make sure the kitchen is ready. I've got to make sure that tea and coffee is available, cups are available. So
it's a lot of work.
Parks in the right place. Yeah. So that's it. And equally, we saw Peter Jewell earlier. He's my electrics man. So if the layout doesn't have a pat test, doesn't count for insurance, so we have to go around and pat test all the layouts and make sure they're safe and issue a certificate to them, say we've done it, or issue them a ticket on their plug to say it's been done, and then they can juice.
I'm gonna quote Jimmy Carr here on health and safety. As far as I'm concerned, it should be, you should just get rid of it and just let the dummies, let the world decide what happens to the dummies.
But the risk the risk
totally
understand. Is we draw in power from a hall we've hired, and if we then blow their fuse box.
No, I'm just joking. I totally get what you're saying, man.
Well, that's where it comes from.
Your responsibility.
So I have to make sure that's all done, and then I have to send them to their hotel, and I do try and go and have a drink with those that are staying over on the Friday night. If I was exhibiting and I was a layout operator, I would drink to the early hours of the night. When I'm the exhibition manager, it's 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, sure.
Because I don't sleep. And then at the moment, being a small team, I have to get up, make sure lunches are being made before the show starts, because they need to be ready at 12. So they're ready to be handed out. And then I then go to the hall, make sure the caretaker's on site to open up. Because we had an issue last year where everyone turned up at 8 for an 8:30 start, and the caretaker turned up at 8:50, and we were like,
oh.
So it was, so we've sorted that out. So the new guy's going to be on time, and then I have to make sure the ticket staff are ready to go. Bacon sarnies at 9 a.m. Yeah, I have to get someone on breakfast. Yeah, that also happens.
Needed.
So it's a busy morning on Saturday before you open, and then I'll get all the team together and have a quick briefing with them. Say, this is what I want to happen, this is where you're going, and rotate. Because one of the things I don't like is I've been to exhibitions where people are sat on the same spot the whole weekend. I'm not for that. They have to rotate around so they all know what they're doing in all the different parts of the show. It's quite important. If they're going to come back next year, they can do something different.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
I like that.
Yeah,
it is different.
And then I'll go and talk to the ticket staff and say, make sure your card machine's ready, cash float's ready, this is how online tickets work. You can scan it, make sure we've got a scanner. So it's quite a busy morning. And then at that point, I have to pick someone to open the show. So usually it's my select guest, but I've got a few this year. So I'll just decide who's going to open the show.
His camera battery's dying.
Oh dear. Okay.
So while we're waiting for Hilton to come back, this is a question for everybody. but we'll ask it for us as well. What expo during the year would you all want to appear at if you could?
So for me, actually, of all the big shows, it's Chatham because we have such a good time there, and it's like the pre-summer meeting. So
Yep.
I've had such a good time the last 2 years there that I wouldn't want to give it up now. It's a cracking show to attend, and I'm always very thankful to Lyndon to extending an invite over the weekend.
I think I share that sentiment. I would be remiss if I said that I couldn't appear as someone at my local show, which is the Basingstoke Model Railway Club's show. So I'm from Basingstoke. That's my local. So I would love to do that, and I would love to join that. And it is a very good show every year.
Yeah. They will be.
So I think that's where I would go. Are they?
Yeah, they're bringing a almost replica of Swanage called Lulworth.
Yes, I've seen this.
Spam cans and Southern things coming. So I've covered Southern's theme to match it up with the Southern Locomotives nameplates.
Ooh, that sounds good. Hilton, what hang on, I'll find it now. What expo during the year would you want to appear at if you could? I think it's got to be Model Rail Scotland for you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'll take whatever. Oh, absolutely. Man, I'd love to just go to some shows. Honestly, it would just be so cool. Genuinely, we had like half an hour at Inverness, and like we were already late to get to our destination at the Isle of Skye, but I managed to twist the arm and we went in. So I'd love to spend more than half an hour at a proper exhibition. Not that Inverness wasn't a proper exhibition. Just a good one. Yeah.
Thanks for joining, Oliver. Appreciate it, dude.
And then I should probably also say after Chatham, my second one would be Fair and Rail X because I don't want any dirty WhatsApps when I.
No, you gotta keep it close to home, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, fantastic! So thank you for that one, Aaron.
There's some few good answers.
Some really good answers. Let's go through some of those. Good shout. So we've got Model Rail Scotland. Would love to trade. I've been a punter many times. Get Tom to Model Rail Scotland as a trader. The Cooper Model Railway Society clubs, 2 shows per year. They do 2 shows per year. What's their budget?
Wow.
Stratfold Barn used to be when it was organised by Tony. Now Ali Pally or Doncaster. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I think Ali Pally might be a good one for sure. Bristol show.
Bristol,
very good, but hard work.
Wonderful show to attend. I went this year with Peter from the club who sent a comment earlier. I met up with Sam. I think I saw Tom there. So it was a good show.
Rivermead in Reading. R.I.P. Worley.
Stopped. The Rivermead in Reading stopped, I think. Which is a shame.
Ali Pally is the best. Aylesbury Rail X is a close second. That's a hot take.
It's a fantastic show.
Yeah, very good show. Very good show indeed. Fantastic. So I mean, there's plenty of show. I mean, I think Hilton and I are on the same page. We would like to go to one.
Yeah, just anyone. I'll take
just anyone. Maybe we're gonna have to coordinate calendars and decide which one to go to so we can turn up to it. I think that's how it's gonna have to be.
Ali Pally's the first place I met him, which is true.
I mean, so
he could go to Stratfold Barn if he could.
So I think the for me then, based off this question, we know that the Slough Model Railway exhibition is going ahead this year.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it again next year? And are you going to run it yourself as well next year?
Yeah, it's going ahead next year.
I will be there.
Excellent.
I will be there. I will make sure that I am there next year.
Brilliant. It'll be the same weekend.
Speaking of, there it is. So if you haven't already checked the description, there is a link to the Instagram page for the Slough Model Railway Exhibition MRX25. There is also a link to the event page and also where you can buy tickets already. RJ, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. At the end, as always, my friend.
Yeah, RJ.
RJ, are you planning on going to any model railway exhibitions when you're visiting the UK? Just out of interest.
He is coming, isn't he?
You have to say some of the American shows though, they blow it out of the water. If you've ever watched some of the YouTube of the American shows where they're in like 6 halls,
Oh, they're insane.
they're
insane.
Yeah, some of the crazy amount of space they've got is mad. Yeah,
I listen to Around the Layout, and every week they're talking about some next, some next exhibition that's coming up, and they're like, the NMRA in such and such is like, we've got this park, and there's the Hilton Hotel, and we're in there, and it's like 4 halls big, and like, oh, we've got this service, and it's like, hey, this is huge.
Well, yeah, I'd have to say one of the other things that helped me move to O-Gauge, there is a chap on YouTube, and I'll have to remind myself of his name, Jason's O-Gauge Trains. I don't know if you ever come across him.
Sounds familiar.
He had a layout in his basement after sort of moving out. His handle is JD Stucks, and he's now moved into a new house and building a new one closer to his parents, but he's got a huge basement. And that really sort of was like, oh, O-Gauge. And then he went to a show, and I was like, the space in there and what they've got is just phenomenal. But yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, shout out to JD
insane.
Stucks and Jason's O-Gauge Trains.
So there you are. So if you haven't already, you can go to our description. So go to the description of this live stream. Go and grab yourself some tickets for the Slough Model Railway Exhibition 2025. Go and see all these lovely people. Laurie. Go and enjoy some layouts. I think a lot of people are really looking forward to this. I, for one, hope that we can get some outside point of view.
We're working on it.
From this. Rob.
No, Bobbert, we cannot.
Oh, yeah,
No,
mate.
Bobbert, we are
again.
not starting again. I can't, dude. Come on. 2 hours late to your own stream. Okay, let's get some of these final questions in. So, Linton, would you agree that an exhibition social is a major part of the event? So, do you have a social plan? Like, is there a plan?
This year we've got a couple of things
Come
planned.
after.
On the Friday night, because we're in a little village with one road, there's a fish and chip shop that's just opened a restaurant. So if anyone wants to join us there, it's buy your own and sit with us on the Friday night. And then on Saturday we'll do something. But yes, I think for the exhibitors, a social is a big part of the event, and it's nice to say thank you for coming for those that wish to attend. I did have someone tell me last year I booked a pub room and gave a little speech, and one of the traders I invited along, he's like, I'm sorry I didn't come. Strictly Come Dancing was on, and I'm trying to learn the Paso Doble. So that's so yeah, I think it is. I mean, we're all part of the community. We're all trying to be together. So yeah, being social and a bit of a chat. But at the time, please don't talk to me about trains because I've done it all day that day. Talk about something else.
No, I get that. I completely get that. No, Aaron, we do not have memes this week. Nobody submitted memes in the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
that's all on you guys.
Lucas would be most upset of the one he made that I sent you about the shunting yard.
I know, but that was like 2 weeks ago and out of character now. We all forgot the memes, Max. We all forgot the memes.
I'll put it in the meme page after the show.
After your interview, Tom, I think you should ask Tim Dunn if he's free.
Well, I hear he's quite local. He's not that far away. Please feel free to bring him along. The more headline names, the better.
There you are.
Yeah, like
There you
surprise celebrities. It's fun.
Could you, Laurie and Tim Dunn? all
Oh
in one-
my days! I don't think they'd stop talking. You wouldn't need an exhibition. Not that
Yeah.
we don't like either of them. They're great. Fantastic. So I think we're gonna start wrapping up now. It's been an absolute fantastic conversation, Matt. Thank you very much for joining us. If you've got any last minute questions for Matt or on exhibitions in general that you'd like to post to the chat, throw them in there now. We're gonna start slowly ramping down. But now that Rob has joined, and I know this is his baby, I'm just going to throw this up and say that Rob is going to the Severn Valley Railway on August the 17th, and we are apparently on tour. The Shunting Yard is on tour, so if you'd like to come and join Rob,
I'll be there too.
And if you'd like to join
Matt
Rob,
will be
Matt,
there.
and I believe RJ is coming all the way from the United States to do a tour of some heritage sites. He will also be there at the Severn Valley Railway. So come and join them. Enjoy yourselves. Get some photos. Throw it in the Discord. Let us know how it is. So there you are,
Or
Rob.
like
I've
the
done the
Kiln line
plug.
on tour.
Tom's made a good point. I should also mention the other headline act we've got is Chris Eden Green. You know,
Oh, wow.
Locos
That's
in
cool.
profile.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. You did advertise it. I do remember that, actually. I remember.
Yeah, I think he's
Nice one.
sort of on the side of the tugs.
Now I have to go and rewatch Tugs again. We've mentioned it at least 3 times this stream. I have to go and binge watch it now.
Well, we'll stick some photos certainly in the Discord of them on display in October.
Oh, please do.
If
Please
you want
do.
to do a exhibition debrief after the show, I'd be more than welcome to come back.
I'm down for that. Hilt, are you down for that?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And it,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. What
Fantastic.
was that? It was a final
I don't know what. Yeah. So Hilt was saying. So, do you think there should be an exhibition managers forum?
Well, I'd say most of us know each other quite well now because we go to other exhibitions, so you get to know them. But perhaps it might not be a bad idea to set up some form of communication between all of us. Because I think what Lyndon's getting at there, last year when I was going from a little society show to a more of a major branded show, shall we say, a bit more to come to, we didn't quite get there. Not like we have this year. Lyndon was very helpful in giving me some advice, especially when I was panicking a bit. So go to those with experience. And it wasn't just that. I spoke to about 3 or 4 different exhibition managers I knew, but he was very good. So yeah, some form of forum probably would be good, but I'll leave it to him to set up. I've got enough on my plate.
Makes sense.
That
Makes total
makes
sense.
sense. So last question, like last proper question, what you have in the group is, what was the most insane or fun expo that you've ever been to?
Like Chatham last weekend.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the Perudo and upsetting all the old layouts. They were making so much noise we couldn't sleep. It was 27 degrees and humid. It's like, yeah, we were drunk and playing Perudo.
I was going to say, yeah. I've heard this Perudo many times. I want it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you need to get some. It's great fun.
Can we do it
were only gonna
online?
we're only going to play 1 round, and the 2 days were.
No, that works. Sam, we need to get an online Perudo game set up. I don't know if that will work, but we need it done.
You could do it over online, I think. Oh, awesome.
Thank you, Hilton. Yeah, we're going to throw this back up again as we close up. So if you're not already going to, given the dates, I might be able to stretch to that, but we will see how it goes. I'm not going to make any promises. But I just want to say thank you very much to everybody for joining us. It's been absolutely
Great.
pleasure having you all back on a Thursday night as usual. We really do enjoy it. Matt, thank you very much for joining us as well. It's been inspiration. Honestly, it's been educational as well.
Eye-opening. Yeah, very
Very
eye-opening.
eye-opening into the world of exhibitions.
Yeah,
For sure.
Certainly a big beast when you think, oh yeah, I just set up an exhibition in it, and then you realise
Yes,
how much
RJ.
to do. It's just
Yeah,
big
yeah,
beast.
absolutely.
I have to come for the exhibition. If you want to come back, RJ, you would be more than welcome. The door is
There you
open.
are. The door is open. The checkbook is not, I'm afraid. New York to Slough is going to be a bit difficult.
I don't know. Been to Heathrow, jump on the Elizabeth line, get the Heritage bus.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Change at Hayes and Harlington. You'd be all right.
Right.
Cool.
I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this.
stuff,
Any final questions, people? Any final questions before we?
Yes, you do, RJ. Thank you. Might have to bump up the entry.
Might have to
cost.
bump up the entry cost. Another tea maker for sure.
Ask Morwood to pick you up on his broomstick. Oh, Tom's modelling corner.
Oh,
At least give him a Ford Anglia.
flying Ford Anglia. Got to be sure. No, I'd rather have the motorbike. Or the new hall. Maybe that should have been part of the news. They've decided that they're going to paint another hall red. I don't know how I am about
I will
it.
say, I have been trying to persuade Morwood that his Engage layout, being the home of Engage Wizardry, should have a red hall. I feel it's like appropriate stock now. 2, 3
That's
red
true.
mark ones.
Oh no! I can't believe they didn't use a black font.
I'm honestly, I think I'm glad they didn't use a black 5. But I'm also upset that they're deciding to repaint another hall.
Be thankful it's not a castle.
Well, I mean, I am thankful for sure.
Hmm.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Rather a red hall than an E2. Tom loves E2s.
Mobile has a flat tire, or it will after next week's episode. Yes, we've seen the post. I think we can expect what's coming. Tune into Merp on Monday. It's insane. I think a lot of us will be. A lot of us will be.
I'll do my best for Monday. I tend to get to it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
I've been the
Right.
same recently, but I will try on Monday. No, Red Black
Yeah.
5. I completely get it. No, I don't get it. No.
Yeah, I'll try.
Right. I think
Yeah.
we're gonna round up there. If you're gonna be joining the Shunters Hut on Discord, go ahead and do so. I might be there for a few minutes. If you're not on the Discord already, go into the description. You can find yourself a link there. I think we're going to wrap up and say thank you very much again for joining us. It's been absolutely pleasurable. Matt, thank you for answering all of our questions and letting us poke, do the thing,
Absolutely.
do the thing. And we'd love to have you back. It's been
Yeah,
an absolute pleasure, my friend.
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yeah,
So I
thank you,
think
guys.
I think the only thing to say now is, Matt, if people want to find you, where can they?
So I'm on Instagram and YouTube as Matt's Maritime and Rail. I neglect YouTube a bit. And recently, actually, I've started a train spotting podcast called From the Line Side. So I should just
cool.
put that in there. So we were up till 11 o'clock last night recording the first episode.
This is news.
Yeah, it is. So it's more about train spotting and from the line side rather than model railways, because we felt with you guys and Merp, it's kind of enough to cover it for now. So we wanted to do something about our railway passion. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know I go out for a lot of the full-size stuff in the mainline steam. And so we just wanted, myself and Southern Steam Lad, who is a prolific train spotter and well-known, decided that we wanted to sit down and talk about it. So the first episode is imminently coming. I know it was being edited today. However, I put stop to that because the snowplows left Taunton to go to Wolverton sidings. So Southern Steam Lad, who was mid-edit, was like, I'll go and see that at Aldermaston. And then on my way home, it was in Acton Yard. So we both didn't get anything done.
Well, can you send us a link or something to
Yeah,
where this
yeah.
will be
So-
posted so that we can throw it up on our socials and things like
Yeah,
that? We'd love to
I
shout
will
you
send
out.
it over. So it's on Instagram. It's from the Lineside Podcast, and YouTube. It's from the Lineside Podcast. We have 6 subscribers at the moment, but we haven't put any content out, so we didn't expect many.
Let's get that number up. Let's get that number up.
So we'll that you'll find me there. And if you want to follow me individually, it's Matt's Maritime Rail on YouTube and Instagram.
Cool. Nice,
Amazing.
Matt. Thanks, man.
Hilton, if 5,000 subscribers didn't say enough, where can people find you?
I'm Proper
I'm
Chuff
so
on
happy for you,
Instagram.
dude.
Thanks, man. And Proper Chuff on YouTube. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. No,
And
really,
you, Jimmy?
really, really good. So I'm in the middle of a rebrand. You can find me on Instagram at The Little Western, and you will soon be able to find me on YouTube at The Little Western as well. So
Awesome.
there you are. So thank you very much for joining, everybody. I'm going to click the end stream button now, and hopefully it works this week.
Please God. Please God.
Please. Thank you very much,
James
everybody.
is
See you guys
alive.
later.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the question.
Don't do that again. It's been
Ciao,
appreciated.
guys.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.